this is Zelda from TNZ RV Life, and welcome back to our channel. Tony is outside with Michael, and I am in here, and I'm going to show you how to make fried green tomatoes in the RV. Thank you for those who have subscribed to our channel. We appreciate you very, very much. And those that have been with me when I was way back under a different name, thank you so much for being here, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through the ingredients and show you what I use. Now, my recipe is not like anyone else's. I do it this way because it's convenient. If you live in an RV, there's not a whole lot of space, so you have to remember you can't buy some of the ingredients that you may want, or you could, but space becomes an issue. So I try to buy ingredients that I can use in other things. So my all-purpose flour, I buy that. I'm not a big cornmeal fan, so I don't use cornmeal to fry my green tomatoes. But here are my green tomatoes. Yay. And I add just salt, pepper, paprika. That's all. Oh, I'm sorry. I usually add cayenne pepper, but I don't have any cayenne, so I just added some red pepper flakes to this. So what all you need, I use paper bowls so that I can get rid of all the extra trash after I am done. I keep looking up at me instead of looking in the camera. So just for time's sake, I already put some flour in the bowl, and I added my salt, my pepper, my paprika, and my red pepper flakes. I have 2 eggs. I use milk, and I just put some milk in here, about a half a cup, 2 eggs, and I also use a little bit of baking powder. So once I get these all together, also make sure you have some utensils to flip, stir. I'm going to use my cast iron skillet. I'm going to use my spatula fork to whip up the egg and the milk with a little salt and pepper in that. My knife to cut, I like this knife because it's serrated, and I just keep a plate in the back so that I can sit these on, and I'll have over on this side just a plate with some paper towels. If you want, you can also use fish fry. I have tried it like that because we do use a lot of fish fry because we love to eat fish. So I will be back. Wait, I will not be back yet. Butter for the skillet. That's all that I like to use. I'm not a big olive oil fan either. Sometimes I like it, but just for the tomatoes, just butter. I will be right back after I heat up the skillet and I get some of this a little bit better prepared. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I just started cutting up 1 green tomato, and then I'm going to cut up a few and show you how I mix things. So I'm going to point the camera down here. Okay, so I have this 1 tomato cut up. I'm just going to sit this in a bowl here. And yes, I do use a lot of paper because it's easier for me for cleanup. All right, so if you want, I do this sometimes. I just cut a little bit of slither off the side so they'll sit still, because it drives me crazy when it doesn't sit still. So I'm going to do that. Cut this little tip off. And then I cut them about 1/4 of an inch thick. I don't like them too thick. It's your preference on how you do it. And I think that's all I'll get out of that. Well, maybe. Hold on. Okay. Okay. that one. And I think that's enough for right now, just to show you what I do. Okay. So I'll take my cutting board, my cutting pad, and I'll set this to the side here because I may use it again. I have my eggs, salt and pepper in that. I have my milk, just pour that in there. And move my knife out of the way, and I just whisk. And if you're not comfortable with doing that, you can do it over the sink. It's just like whisking eggs, regular eggs for, this would be like pancake type without the salt and pepper. Okay. Okay, so now here comes what I do. Well, let me move this knife. I don't need that one. I dip them in the flour mixture. I washed my hands before I started. Dip them in the egg. Back in the flour. Set it to the side. Now, if this gets too messy, you can rinse. I, well, don't want to cut in front of the camera, so I'm just going to wipe my hands on my paper towel, and I'll save this right here. So over here, dry, wet, dry. So I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes, and then I will come back. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on my cast iron skillet and get that warm, and I'll put the butter in it, and I'll be ready to start frying. Be right back. Okay, I am back, and my skillet is heating up. I'm going to point this down to you here in just a moment. My tomatoes have rested for 10 minutes, and I'm just checking the temperature in the skillet, and I am using a little digital temperature gun. So it is 3:30. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, it's 3:30. I'm gonna go ahead and put some butter in the pan. And I know I said I'm not a big fan of olive oil, but I did use a little bit because I wanted to mix it a little bit. Didn't want straight butter right now. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit. There's my skillet. I took the butter, just cut it into fours. Well, fours. I'm just going to take one of them and kind of sit that in there. Stir it around. Might turn this down a little bit. When you're cooking in cast iron, you don't want to get it too hot because it does hold the temperature very, very, very well. Okay, so I'll turn this down a little bit. Okay, and now I'm just going to take these and put them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it. Okay, I had a senior moment. I couldn't find the zoom on my own camera. Here we go. I like to zoom it because I don't want the butter to splatter up on my camera.